so this is to Rajni. Now, what can corporates do to make people much safer behind the wheel, right? Because when we talk about corporates, we have a lot of companies that have few lakhs of employees on their payrolls. Some of these corporates have a lot of thousands of transport and logistics vehicles on their payrolls. And so as a company, you do have certain amount of control over the way in which your employees are operating in terms of the policies that you can implement and so on and so forth. So what's the role that corporates can play towards improving all-round road safety for their company as well as for the country?
I think after 2015, when road safety has become the part of CSR activities, before that it was not the part of CSR under the corporate affairs section, I think somewhere 135. After that, we have seen lots of corporate have started working on road safety. So the point you have asked for is for the logistics, basically the companies who are having a big fleet or they have a lot of human resources with them. So in case of that, I think I have seen a lots of corporates now in last few years, if you'll see. So many of them have adopted very good practices in their corporate houses, at their factories also, for their employees at manufacturing units or at the corporate hubs also. We have also been attached with one of the corporate. With them, we are reaching to the manufacturing unit employees as well, and we are also working for the corporate employees also, the people who are working in the corporate offices. So the training aspects are very much different. We are conducting different session type of for both of them. As per the because they are the drivers, they are driving their own cars or they are using public transport, and there are some people who are riding cycle, or they are also pedestrians or different aspects as a road user. So that is a one aspect where corporate is reaching under their CSR part. And in case of logistics, I'll really say that many of the organizations have been already adopted very good practices. And the companies who are running the fleets, the big fleets, they are using GPS, they are using different anti-drowsing applications also for their drivers, regular trainings for them, some sort of a program for their families, so such type of things have started already. And I think there are norms also which have to be followed by the corporate who are having a big fleet or they are running the logistics house. So they are following this already. And I must congratulate few of the corporate who have adopted road safety as a part of their code of conduct in their organizations. That if the employee is not coming with a helmet while riding a two-wheeler, so there are some points which are going to be in minus or something. If you are entering into a building, so there are proper zebra crossing mark and everything. So such type of practices have been already started by many corporate, and they are taking good steps. But if we talk about the logistics angle for the commercial drivers, where individual truck drivers or few of the 5-6 truck drivers owners or some trucks owners or something, there I think they must be doing good work. They are already doing good work, but there is a need to give more and more trainings or some sort of support for them as well, timely. That is also a need. I think I really congratulate the Government of India, Ministry of Road Transport and Highways, for recently they have issuing the notification for the AC cabins for the truck drivers, basically for particular category. So that's a welcome call, and that should be taken care by the corporate also in their logistics parts.
I think that's a very interesting point that you raised, right? About how to increase the convenience for the drivers, because they spend their life is spent behind the wheel on the road. So what do you think in terms of the adoption of something like that? Do you think even though there's something like that in place. Do you, yeah, any thoughts on the adoption around that? Will everybody invest money into that and then get it done with, or do you see any pushback from the transport and logistics companies to implement this?
I think some suggestions have been already called up, and things are going on. This is not this is not an issue to not welcome. Basically, it's a welcome movement, and we have seen the way drivers have worked during the COVID time, especially. We all were at our homes, and they were the people who were driving all the ways. So this is a time to give them back some relaxability. The way they are working, so this is somewhere welcome move. Might be there must be some economical issues or something which will be raised by, or might be not as well. So let's see how does it come, how the reaction comes from the corporate or the logistics company, and accordingly, uh, let's wait and watch for this. For some.
I also think that when it comes to corporates, right? So one is the aspect that you mentioned about uh, policies and the framework and all supporting that. And also in today's day and age, we see a lot of importance given to ESG reporting, right? And of course, there on the environment, social governance aspect of it, under the environment to keep track of the emissions, carbon footprint, all of those aspects are there. But under the social aspect, it's also important to ensure the safety of the employees while they're on the job. Now, one is, I think, very, very important that companies also start checking things like your license violations before they even allow them to start going on job calls, right? That's one. And secondly, like when you have a new joining to the company, very important to also have a very detailed training. So are once it's kind of certified that yes, this person is trained or gone through the introductory training, and if they have passed the necessary visual test, audio test, and other prerequisites before they start driving, coupled with the license test, and then is when they should just start going behind the wheel and going on the road. And also, while they're on the road, I think it's going to be very important for managers to look at the data, right? Are they really driving safe? Because in case there's a fatality, that's a significant amount of cost to company, significant amount of uh, loss in revenue, loss of life, and brand damage also for an organization. So that's why they should take the necessary steps to prevent that from happening, and that can be done when there's buy-in from every single uh, key stakeholder in that organization, right from the CEO to the board. They should start talking about, yes, we need to ensure the safety of the employees. And now, once they do that, then the managers also need to ensure that, okay, on a weekly or a monthly basis, they are talking about how safe or unsafe their teams were. Were there any issues that they faced? Were there any accidents that they faced? What is the root cause analysis of that? And once you have something like that, and then very curated trainings based on this, I feel that will definitely go a long way in ensuring the safety of people within these organizations. And if organizations have this framework, then it has like a ripple effect, right? The people who are related to these employees in the organizations will slowly become more safer while they drive. And when they do that, it's a chain reaction. And hopefully a few 5, 10, 15, 20 years later, we will see some results when it comes to the uh, drop in the number of road accidents. But also, I feel that if a company has more than, say, a few, more than a set number of people within the organization, they should also have a role for a road safety officer, right? And that person's KRA should be, okay, what is your driving safety score? Has it really reduced? What's not going right? Because you will have policies, but what about the policy adherence, right? So these kind of things are also conversations that need to start happening, and then there should be proper intent and motive to really see it through. I think that will definitely see a lot of change in the number of accidents, and the government should kind of enforce this, I feel, because through ESG reporting, yes, top 1,000 companies by market cap need to report this data in terms of ESG data. But I think importance should be given to the safety or the road accidents data as well, because otherwise I don't see how we can create that dent. And similarly for even transport and logistics companies. Yes. Anything you would like to add to that?
No, you already said right thing for the corporate, because ultimately, if we talk road safety, so road safety starts with me. If anybody, like we have worked with the CRRI and we have done one international and national two conferences with them, that is in the year of 2019 and 20 somewhere. So we have having the agenda of safety of two-wheeler riders at that time. So I really appreciate if you will go in the office of CRRI. So you will see one big round, signboard, and it's written over there: no helmet, no entry. So after that, this is what an organization can give a direct message to the employees, because number of employees are working over there. So if I am on the management seat, I'm on the board, I have to take care about the human resources which have been involved in our daily basis routines, and they are part of the organization. So their safety starts there. So we need to work upon them. And I think, as I told, that many of the companies have already adopted road safety as a code for their companies. Recently, I was in Chennai, and we have done one program for one of the corporate employees there. For another corporate employee, we reached to another corporate actually. So there, I really appreciate the gentleman, the managing director of that corporate, and he asked, "Let me know how we can also do the road safety." So I told the same thing. Let's start from your own employee first. Let's make some code of conduct for themselves and how their families are doing things on roads, how they are behaving on roads. So start making some sort of report or some sort of observations about your employees and the families, and time to time making them some sort of encouragement. So automatically, if any corporate or any government office has started or starting such type of practice, so automatically you are reaching to the road user. The same road user is coming on the road. In the same way, the schools, the colleges, we usually go to principal and meet them. So our say is that only, that let's start something on a regular basis, because one time doing one activity is not of use. So better make something a plan, adopt road safety as a culture rather than one day activity for you. This is to be done by the corporate, by the government, the education departments, or any stakeholders there as well.